So I understand that this is like a very hard time in your life, and you're trying to get pregnant and you're unsuccessful. And I've actually been in that situation. That's why I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 4-year-old, and then a 1-year-old now. I had to learn things about my body. You know, when you have children, it changes your whole chemistry. For my first child, I ended up becoming a diabetic, and so from there on, I started having like different complications. And when I finally remarried, I wanted to have another baby, and I couldn't. You know, we tried for almost like 2 years. We also had one miscarriage at the same time, and it was tough. It was devastating. And I want you to know that we were successful, and then we were successful again. I had to learn a few things because what the doctors were telling me wasn't helping. I was told to go get an ultrasound to see how my ovaries are, all sorts of stuff. I was told that I had too many fibroids, and that I would have to have them surgically removed in order to conceive. And I did none of that. I went the holistic way. First off, I'll tell you that I changed my diet. I did a raw vegan diet. I know it sounds like a lot, because it is. It definitely is. It's a hard thing to do. I started making sure that the foods that I was eating was actually clean, eating organic foods, making sure that all the foods that I eat that comes with seeds have seeds in them, like seeded watermelon, things that we take for granted. We think that it's better for us, and we think that the seeded part, like the non-seeded ones, are okay, but it's not. The seeded ones are actually ones for us, because it's natural. I basically did that. It was my way of learning how to detox myself. I only did it for 3 days. Okay, so don't think that I just have this superpower that I can just go ahead and just be raw vegan all the time. And no, it didn't work that way. I did that. I started noticing changes in my body. I ended up having like 2 cycles that month, just after changing and becoming raw vegan. I know, crazy. No one wants to go through that, but I actually did. I ended up having like 2 cycles. I can say that I started exercising more, you know. Once I started exercising, I started feeling better. I started breathing better. Mainly cardio is what I did. It worked for me. It might work, something else might work differently for you guys, but that's what worked for me. Another thing that I can say that I did was I charted my cycle. I found out more about charting. I found out about the whole when your cervix is lowered and stuff like that, but I guess it didn't work for me, because like when I did it, I didn't know what I was doing. To be honest, I'll tell you that I didn't know what I was doing. So but another thing that I did, and I got this advice from someone else, was to basically she told me to drink orange juice and drink folic acid, take folic acid. And so I started taking folic acid, and it actually helped me, because I started noticing more cervical mucus I believe it's called. And it started to increase my libido. Those are the changes that I noticed quickly. I think it's called Spring Valley, that I got from Walmart. It's like $3.54, and it was very effective. I can say that because I noticed, you'll notice the change in your body from taking that daily. And the reason why you want to do that is because, excuse the plane, you want to do that because if you have more cervical mucus, it helps the sperm to move up. Another thing that I did when I was trying to actually get pregnant was I learned that having an orgasm is very, very, very important when trying to get pregnant. People are like, oh, I got pregnant without having an orgasm. And yeah, that was you. But what I learned was that it actually helps you, because if a man ejaculates first and then the woman ejaculates or have an orgasm afterwards, what it does is it kind of sucks up that sperm into the body. And I noticed that, like, when having sex, that the sperm wouldn't just fall out the next day. It would be like a couple of days later. And I know, like, a lot of people don't talk about that, but I feel as if it's a big thing, you know? It's a very big thing. You know, I also believe in sex magic. I know it sounds crazy. And I know that, like, when two people, you know, or have an orgasm at the same time, it also helps. I remember, like, when I finally got pregnant with my 4-year-old, we were practicing, and we both ended up reaching our peak at the same exact time. And that month, I ended up being pregnant, you know? So these are some of the things that helped me. And also, try to not stress. Try not to stress. I know it's a stressful thing to say. It's like telling someone to calm down when you're in an argument. It just makes the person a little bit more stressful. But try to find somewhere to relax. Relax mentally. Your body, listen to your body. That's a big thing. Listening to your body, knowing what your body want and need. It's a very big thing, because if your body is stressed out, I mean, how are you going to conceive? It's a terrible environment. If your body isn't clean, you have all this toxic stuff in your body. How do you expect your body to do exactly what you need it to do if you're not giving it what it needs? Feed the body. I know that there's a lot of people that are having, that are conceiving by eating whatever it is that they want to, but some of those people, they're in great shape, they're in great condition, but some of us need more help. I can tell you that as a diabetic, I need lots and lots of help, you know, and I'll tell you that I'm a type 1. So another thing, if you are a diabetic just like me, you just want to make sure that your sugar levels are doing better too, because that definitely affects you. Because remember, insulin is affected by the hormone. And I could tell you that, like, I had a lot of issues that was solved by eating differently. And I know they tell you eat meat, the protein will help you, or whatever, the protein of the meat will help you, but it didn't work for me. And I could tell you that, you know, I went back on eating meat and everything while I was pregnant because my doctor was telling me that this was what was best for me. But I ended up getting preeclampsia. I ended up, you know, having a C-section and from the situation. Sorry to be a little, I know it sounds a little dark and negative, but these are the things that we end up going through. These are my experience, and I'm not trying to discourage you. I just want you to do better with your body. Towards the end, I had decided that I was gonna go back to doing the whole vegan thing, just to kind of help my body out, because like I had all this swelling, and I ended up with preeclampsia. It was just a lot, you know. So I could tell you that having a vegan diet pretty much kind of helped the inflammation issues that I was having in my legs throughout the pregnancy. Also, I'm one of those people that really believe in plants, and I really believe in like herbal medicine and things like that, you know. So those are basically the things that help me, and I guess I hope it helps you too. If you have any questions, go ahead and type it below, and also subscribe and hit the like button if you learned something new that pretty much helped you, and maybe share it with a friend. Thanks. Bye.